What if I told you that the difference between surviving a crisis and thriving through it comes down to a simple principle that most people completely ignore? While everyone else is debating whether to buy 2 weeks of food or 2 months, the truly prepared understand something far more important. In the next 12 minutes, you'll discover the essential supplies that separate prepared families from those left scrambling when disaster strikes. More importantly, I'll reveal the one skill that matters more than any stockpile you could ever build, and why it could save your life even if you lose everything else. Welcome to Prep Pantry, where we turn uncertainty into confidence through smart preparation. If you're ready to build real resilience for your family, hit that like button and subscribe for practical preparedness content every week. Let me start with the story that changed how I think about preparedness forever. During the Texas freeze of 2021, 2 neighbors had almost identical emergency supplies, same amount of food, water, even similar generators. But when their power went out for 6 days, one family thrived while the other barely survived. The difference wasn't what they had stored, but how they thought about redundancy. The family that thrived understood a fundamental principle: 2 is 1 and 1 is none. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a survival mindset. When your primary system fails, you need a backup. When your backup fails, you need another backup. This thinking transforms how you approach every aspect of preparedness. But here's what most people get wrong about this principle. They think it means buying 2 of everything, which gets expensive fast. Instead, smart preparedness means building layers of redundancy over time, focusing on the supplies that give you the biggest return on investment. So what should you actually stockpile? Let's start with the foundation of modern survival: stored energy. Energy is the bloodline of everything we do. Without it, your food spoils, your communications die, and your security systems fail. But stored energy goes far beyond just having a few flashlight batteries. Start with batteries, not just AAs and AAs, but think bigger. Portable battery packs with USB-C compatibility keep your phones and tablets charged, which means you maintain communication and access to information. Power stations can run essential appliances like medical devices, fans, or even small refrigerators. But don't stop at store-bought solutions. Solar options, including simple DIY setups, give you renewable energy that can be expanded over time. Here's the key insight. In a prolonged crisis, you'll consume far more energy than you anticipate. People always underestimate their power needs. Fuel storage is another form of stored energy that most people overlook. Gasoline for vehicles and generators can be stored in significant quantities when properly stabilized with fuel additives. Rotate it regularly to prevent spoilage. Propane in various canister sizes powers everything from outdoor grills to compact hiking stoves. Even if you don't have a fireplace, storing some wood is smart for outdoor cooking or emergency heating. And don't forget alternative fuels. Alcohol stoves, denatured or isopropyl alcohol, sterno cans, and butane canisters provide versatile cooking and heating options that work indoors with proper ventilation. The bottom line on stored energy is simple. You can never have too much, because you never know how long a crisis will last. Now let's talk about something most preppers completely overlook: binding items. These are the unsung heroes of preparedness, and you'll use them far more than you expect. Cordage and wire are absolutely indispensable. Paracord is a prepper favorite for good reason. It's strong, versatile, and compact. But don't stop there. Baling wire and metal wire solve problems that rope simply can't handle.
Tapes, glues, and zip ties might seem mundane, but they're essential for repairs. Sealing windows, patching holes, or improvising solutions when traditional tools aren't available. Duct tape is the obvious choice, but specialty tapes for different materials expand your options dramatically. Here's why you need more of these than you think. In a disaster, you'll be constantly building, repairing, and improvising. Every temporary solution requires binding materials, and temporary often becomes permanent in crisis situations. These items are inexpensive and easy to store, so build your collection over time. But physical supplies are only part of the equation. Let's talk about something most preppers completely ignore: financial preparedness. Cash is king when banking systems fail or power grids go down. While few people can afford to keep vast sums sitting around, having cash on hand is crucial for everyday transactions during disruptions. Store it in multiple locations, some in your wallet, more in a home safe, and consider other secure spots. Gold and silver serve a different purpose. They're hedges against economic collapse or hyperinflation. When cash loses value rapidly, precious metals maintain purchasing power and work for larger transactions or bartering. Silver, being more affordable than gold, is often more practical for smaller exchanges. The key is diversifying your financial preparations. Build these reserves gradually, focusing on what fits your budget. Financial preparedness is about having options and flexibility when normal systems break down. Now, some supplies are so important and so useful that you should stockpile them generously. Fire starting supplies top this list. Lighters and matches are compact, affordable, and invaluable. They're also excellent bartering items in a prolonged crisis. Ferro rods offer a long-lasting, reliable backup that works even when wet. You don't need to hoard hundreds of these items, but having a generous supply ensures you're covered and can help others. Build your collection over time, storing fire starters in various locations around your home, vehicles, and outbuildings. Trust me, you'll never regret having too many when you need them. Light sources become critical the moment the sun goes down. Flashlights and headlamps are obvious choices, but headlamps are superior because they free up your hands for repairs or navigation. They're affordable, easy to store, and absolutely essential for safety and productivity. Don't overlook traditional options like oil lamps with long-lasting fuel and candles. Candles might seem primitive, but they're incredibly inexpensive and have an indefinite shelf life. Store light sources throughout your property so you're never caught in the dark. First aid supplies deserve special attention because they're often dramatically underestimated. While you don't need hundreds of Band-Aids, items like gauze, dressings, and medical tape get consumed quickly when treating serious injuries. The good news is that properly stored first aid items last for years. Even expired supplies can be used for training and practice, which brings me to a crucial point. Having supplies means nothing if you don't know how to use them. Consider the specific needs of your household, including any pets or livestock. Build your first aid stockpile gradually, focusing on both quality and quantity. Manual tools and hardware form the backbone of self-reliance when power tools aren't available. Hammers, saws, drill bits, socket sets, and ratchets cover a wide range of tasks. Build this collection over time, focusing on quality tools that will last. A well-stocked hardware supply, hinges, nails, screws, bolts, and fasteners allow you to make repairs, build structures, or improvise solutions without running to the store. Organize these supplies for easy access, because in an emergency, time matters. Remember, these tools aren't just for disasters.
They're useful for routine repairs and projects, making them a smart investment for any household. Let's talk about hygiene supplies, which directly impact both health and morale during tough times. Toilet paper is the classic prepper staple, and honestly, its only limitation is storage space. Stock up when it's on sale and store it properly. Feminine hygiene products are equally critical, especially for households with women and girls. These items have long shelf lives and maintain their value over time. Bar soap lasts much longer than liquid alternatives and is less prone to spoilage. Use it in your daily routine to rotate your stock naturally. Vinegar serves as a versatile cleaner with multiple uses, while bleach and pool shock can be stored long-term for sanitation and water purification. Don't overlook simple items like trash bags and 5-gallon buckets. Trash bags have countless uses beyond waste disposal. They work as improvised rain gear, ground covers, or even emergency windows. 5-gallon buckets are invaluable for storage, sanitation, and makeshift toilets. Never throw away a good bucket. They're always useful. But here's the truth that most preparedness content won't tell you. All these supplies are secondary to the most important prep of all. Education and training are the ultimate force multipliers in preparedness. Knowledge enhances the value of every piece of gear you own, enabling you to use it more effectively and adapt to changing circumstances. Focus your learning on key areas. Take first aid courses and practice regularly. Your skills fade without use. If you own firearms, seek professional training and maintain your proficiency. Study preparedness planning, focusing on disaster scenarios that are actually relevant to your geographic area. Stay informed about current events and emerging threats, but be selective about your information sources. Focus on local risks and your unique situation rather than getting caught up in generic advice that doesn't apply to your circumstances. Here's how to build your stockpile without breaking your budget. Start small and build over time. Most preparedness items can be acquired gradually. There's no need to buy everything at once. Focus on affordable essentials first, then expand as your resources allow. Look for items with multiple uses and bartering potential. Many supplies serve several purposes and become valuable for trade in a crisis. Consider versatility when deciding what to stockpile. Keep everything organized and accessible. Rotate perishable items regularly and check expiration dates. There's no point in having supplies if you can't find them or they've gone bad when you need them. The most important thing to understand is that preparedness isn't a one-time project. It's a lifestyle. By embracing redundancy, focusing on essential supplies, and investing in education and training, you build real resilience for yourself and your loved ones. But remember, preparedness is deeply personal. What works for a family in rural Montana won't necessarily work for an apartment dweller in Miami. Tailor your plans and stockpile to your unique needs, circumstances, and budget. Never stop learning. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to handle whatever comes your way. And that knowledge, it's the one thing no disaster can take away from you. If this video helped you think differently about preparedness, hit that like button and subscribe to Prep Pantry for more practical content. What's the one area of preparedness you want to focus on next? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, stay prepared, and approach each day with the confidence that comes from knowing you're ready for whatever the future holds.